Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Little Purple Potting Shed Diaries or vlog. It's basically where I just sit in my allotment shed and chat about my life and my allotment life. And yeah, what I did think I would do in this episode is give a little bit of an introduction into who I am and what I do, and also introduce someone else to you. I think I might have to do that first because he's here. Everybody meet Teddy. He is an 11-week-old. Oh, sorry, he was on my thing then. He's an 11-week-old Jack Russell Terrier. He's a little boy and he's called Teddy. I've had him for about 3 weeks now, and I just love him. I love him so much. This is his third time up the allotment. He's a little bit of a troublemaker. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can train him up to be a proper allotment dog, because yeah, he's not so good at the moment. He chases hose and runs through the run of beans, and yeah, he's not much help at the moment, but he is still a puppy. So yeah, a little bit of training. I've booked him into puppy classes, so we'll be starting them very soon, and we will turn you into an allotment dog, won't we, Ted? Hey? He's just very much into everything at the moment, biting everything, chasing everything. But I love him so much. Like I said, I've had him for about 3 weeks now, so he's settled in nicely. Haven't you, Ted? Haven't you? Good boy. Yeah, he's settled in really nicely now, and I cannot imagine my life without him anymore. He wakes me up with a smile every morning, and I'm in the best mood, if not a little bit tired, because it's like, I suppose it's like having a child. I mean, I wouldn't know, I don't have children, but yeah, he wakes me up early. He just needs attention all the time. I have to like nap when he does, try and drink my tea while it's hot, things like that. But yeah, I love him. Teddy, you still hurt when you bite, mister. So yeah. This is Teddy, and I am called Katie, and I have an allotment in the south of England, in Hampshire. I had my own allotment for about 6 years, and then me and my dad decided to join forces on his bigger allotment, and that's what we've been doing for the past year. It's worked out really well. It's the best thing I've ever done, sharing an allotment with him. I mean, we've got our own individual sheds, so if we do ever have a fight, we can just sit in our own sheds and sulk. But we haven't had a fight yet. And yeah, things have just been really good. We are self-employed, me and my dad. We run a business called Lavender and Leeks, and we sell vintage gardenalia. And my dad also makes metalwork as well, so like plant supports and things like that. Right, Ted, do you want to go and play? So usually we tour the UK doing garden shows, but obviously because of the coronavirus, that was a no-no this year. We did actually do 3 garden shows, but we have been mainly selling online, and it's been super busy. I think I say this in every episode as well. We've just been so busy, because we're self-employed. We don't have set work hours, so sometimes we could be working from like 9 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night, that sort of thing. And then sometimes we just have a day off, which is quite, there's pros and cons with being self-employed, but got to keep an eye on Ted. I've tried to border up like all the little holes in our fences, but yeah, it should be all right. So yeah, that's me, that's what we do. Like I said, we did do 3 garden shows, and actually the past 3 weeks have been super busy. So 3 weeks ago we went on a family holiday to Devon, to Painton. We used to go there every year when we were younger, to this campsite, and it was the best. It was really nice holiday. My brother came with my sister-in-law and my nephew. And then my sister joined us with her boyfriend and my niece and nephew. Oh, I can see him. I can just see his tail. So yeah, the whole family was there. It was such a lovely time, but the weather was against us. So I think in the middle of our holiday we had a storm There were 60-mile-per-hour winds where we were. My dad took his old VW camper van, and the awning was on there. The awning got ripped away from the camper van. One of the poles bent in the awning, and we had to throw the awning away. It was really, really old, to be honest. But yeah, so I had to share my brother and sister-in-law's tent then for the rest of the week. So yeah, all good memories. Like I said, we had a really, really nice time anyway. Teddy, what are you doing? Yeah, we had a really, really nice time anyway. And then we came back from holiday on the Saturday, and we were off to a garden show the next weekend at Stansted, which was brilliant. The weather was amazing. Everybody was lovely, and it was just so nice getting out and meeting people. And we had a really, really good show business-wise as well, so that was amazing. I think it was our best ever Stansted, and we've been doing that for 5 years now, that show. And then the weekend after that, which was the weekend just gone, we were at the Malvern Plant and Garden Fair. And again, the weather was amazing, the people were amazing, the show was lovely, and I actually managed to have a little look around and treat myself to some tulip bulbs. I was planning on buying quite a lot of spring bulbs because there were a lot of stands there selling plants, which was amazing, especially for the plant people, because they've had such a rubbish year. I mean, most people have had such a rubbish year, but yeah, it was good to see a lot of plant people there. But I went round with my dad and I said, let's choose some tulip bulbs. he couldn't choose any, and the ones that he were choosing were like really like bright yellow, and I'm not really into that. So I said to him, what we're going to have to do is sit down with a catalogue, go through it together and choose some bulbs that we like together, instead of just, you know, it felt a little bit rushed that morning. He's chewing my buttons. Teddy bear, stop it. So yeah, that's what we've been doing for the past 3 weeks, just non-stop. And then obviously Teddy came along and just had no time to do anything anything at all, because like I said, he's a little bit like a child. Teddy, you're not eating my buttons. He's a little bit like a child, so he does need attention all the time, and obviously I want to train him up a bit. So we've been teaching him sit, which he's getting really, really good at. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to take him to some puppy classes. I think it's like an 8-week course I've booked onto, and that starts on the 11th of October. So very, very excited to get him socialised, get him trained, and yeah, get past these puppy years. Even though I love them, I just love him. But yeah, he's hard work, but most definitely worth it. I've been wanting a dog for years now, my own dog. Seeing how Charles is with Rex over in Wales on the farm, it's just such a lovely relationship, and I was always like, oh, I want a dog as like a companion, you know, because I want to go on so many adventures with him. I have so much planned. We had so much planned, Teddy. You're going to have so many adventures. I'm going to try and show you this book without him nibbling it. So I bought this book, a little notebook. It's got little Jack Russells on it. It's a website called Yappy, and you can personalise a lot of things. You obviously choose your breed, and then you can choose the different colourings, and this one's got like a bit of a fluffy chin. Because Teddy is going to be, don't chew the microphone lead, Teddy's going to be wire haired, so he's going to be quite fluffy or quite scraggy looking, but I quite like a scraggy looking dog. So yeah, he's got quite a lot of fluff around his chin and around his tash. So I'm quite excited to see how to see how that turns out, how fluffy he's going to be. He might need to be groomed. I don't know what he's doing. He's such a distraction. I was thinking, am I going to be able to do this video? Like, is he just going to be crazy? Teddy, no. Oh gosh. I'm sorry for all the noise on the microphone. What was he doing? Yeah, so I bought that notebook, and I was going to write down, it's going to be like a little bit of like a diary, like a life diary for Teddy. So just to begin with, in the front, I've started to do like a like a calendar, so that's September, with all the things. So when we took a trip to Pets at Home, we took a trip into our little town centre, and you barked at a dog for a long time. His vet appointments, just little things like that. And then I was going to treat it as a bit of a diary. So we're off to Bournemouth next weekend, aren't we, Teddy, for my nephew's, it's his birthday on Wednesday, and he really wants to go to an aquarium because he's obsessed with fish. And the aquarium is in Bournemouth, right on the seafront. So I said, I can come along and I can bring Teddy, and what you can do is you can go in the aquarium, I'll stay outside with Teddy, and we'll have fun on the beach. So yeah, really excited for that. So yeah, that's Teddy's little adventure book. I'm planning like camping trips and hiking, and hopefully get him into water because I go paddle boarding. So it would be quite nice to get him on the paddle board. That would be really nice. I think he likes water because when my dad waters the garden, he just puts his head under the hose pipe, and he loves it. Gets absolutely drenched. So that would be nice, Ted. Look at your muddy paws on my dress. So yeah, apart from holiday, garden shows, working, Teddy, not a lot else has happened. And the allotment, it's doing okay. I'm actually really, really surprised. It is due a big autumn tidy up. So I need to get up here, and what I might do is actually try and get up here this weekend with Teddy and give it a massive, massive tidy up, because whether we like it or not, autumn is here. Even though the weather this past week has been very, very hot. The allotment is starting to die back now. Like you can tell, plants are starting to die back, and some of them need ripping up. All the squash and the pumpkins, all their foliage are starting to die back. So I'm gonna probably pick them this weekend and let them ripen off in the shed. The Ami Majors needs pulling up, courgettes need pulling up, Cosmos need picking because they're blooming like crazy, and yeah, it just needs weeding. So I'm going to try and come up here this weekend and do that, and the grass needs cutting as well, but my dad's in charge of the mowing. He really, really likes mowing the grass. I've never actually mown grass before, so I'll have to try and do that. Teddy! 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 Oh, I can see him. Just see his little tail. He's so small, like it must be like a jungle to him walking around the allotment. So yeah, anyway, that's my plans this weekend, to try and get up here, try and sort out the allotment, tidy it up. Do actually also have 3 more videos planned. That's 4, sorry. I do have 4 overall, but I have 3 more videos after this one to film. So I think there's going to be a bit of a tour. There's going to be a job video, and I'm going to do one of those knitting vlogs as well. Teddy! Here it comes. What are you doing? Hey? What are you doing, Trouble? So yeah, going to be busy weekend. Busy weekend, Ted. Are you ready for more allotment trips? Look at your muddy feet. Goodness me. Yeah, what else was I've written a list of things to talk about. I suppose I could mention a little bit of crafty stuff in this one. I think I usually do. Yeah, no time to craft. I have actually just cast on a cardigan called Nina's Cardigan, by Nina Knits on Instagram. It's my dream mustard cardigan, and I've been wanting to cast it on for a little while now, but distraction. Also, he's a little bit like a cat with balls of yarn, and the yarn was quite expensive, so yeah, I wasn't very happy when he ran off with that. And I've also just purchased a little jumper pattern for Teddy. Yep, I'm one of those people that make their dogs wear jumpers and little scarves, and he's actually got a little harness on. I don't know if you can see it. with a bow tie. Very smart, Mr. Teddy Bear. So yeah, I'm turning into one of those people, I'm afraid. But it's just going to be a nice little mustard jumper, that's all. Just a little jumper. You're going to look smart, aren't you, Ted? So yeah, apart from that, I mean, I sewed a couple of face masks because obviously they're mandatory in the UK now. And I sewed, I think I was actually sewing them like the night before we went on holiday, because my sister and her partner wanted some, and then then I sewed some for my brother and my sister-in-law and my dad and my mum as well. So we've all got face masks. But yeah, much needed in these crazy times. And I really hope you're all okay and you're all coping well. I mean, for me, the year's gone really quick, which is probably quite a good thing. But yeah, just trying to adapt to everything, and yeah, trying to stay safe the best that we can. Hey Ted doesn't know, he doesn't care. He doesn't know anything about it. Hey. So yeah. Oh, I did mention spring bulb season, didn't I? I think I did. The bulbs that I bought at the Malvern show were La Belle Epoque. They are my ultimate favourite tulip. And I think I bought 20 of them because they were 20 for £10, and then the very kind gentleman said that I could pick 5 more. I think it was a bit of like an exhibitor little deal. So I think they were either called Slava or Slower, but I picked 5 of them. Absolutely beautiful. But like I said, I'm going to sit down with my dad and we're going to look through probably Peter Nyson, because I ordered a lot of my bulbs from him last year, and they were really good. So I'm going to get some narcissus, some tulips, some alliums, maybe some crocus. Yeah, I think that's it. Because what we're going to do in that red tub, which we've got our apple tree in the centre of our main pathway, we're going to underplant the apple tree with spring bulbs, which I cannot wait for. So we're going to fill that with spring bulbs. We're probably going to layer it up with the daffodils and the tulips. And then we were going to plant it with some sort of perennial thing, and I was thinking maybe creeping thyme, because we do use thyme quite a lot as a herb in cooking, but also to make the whitefly spray, because if you pick a bunch of thyme and leave it in some water for a few weeks and then drain it, and if you use that spray on cabbages and kale and things like that, it's really good at deterring whitefly. Really good. And we used to have it really bad on our kale. The whitefly was horrendous. Oh, he's shaking. Are you cold? And yeah, the thyme spray worked really good. So yeah, I was thinking maybe planting the creeping thyme and then underplanting that with the bulbs, so they can hopefully poke through, maybe. I don't know, we haven't really planned it out yet. And also what me and my dad are hoping to do is start up the podcasts again, because earlier on in the year, when we thought we were going to have a lot of spare time because of the lockdown, we didn't have spare time. We started up some gardening podcasts called the Purple Podding Shed. And I can't remember how many, I think we must have done about 5-6 episodes. And we really enjoyed it, but then we just struggled to find the time, because obviously we had to sit down and plan it all, and then sit down and record it, and then I sat down and edited it, and yeah, it took a little bit of time, and we just didn't have that spare time, so we said we'd stop doing that for a little while, focus on work. But now we're thinking, it would be really nice to start it up again, because the gardening season is dying back now, so our work is dying back a little bit. There's less parcels to wrap online. So yeah, we're going to start up the Purple Podding Shed again, podcast again. And we have a few episodes planned out, which is quite good. But yeah, book review. That's it. Book review. Hang on, let me just get his blanket. Shivering, boy. There we go. Sorry, you can't see him now. I should have tilted the camera down a bit more. You probably don't want to see my face. I think Teddy's going to be a bit of a star. Like when we went to the last garden show, a couple of people who follow my Instagram and things like that came up and they were like, oh, have you got your dog with you? I was like, no, sorry. He's not really old enough to go to the shows yet, but I would like to start taking him to the shows, which is why I want to get him trained up. Right, anyway, book review for this episode is an absolute of a stunner, and I'm going to use it so much over the next few months and next year as well. It is called Rewild Your Garden by Frances Tophill. I love Frances anyway. She just looks like we would get on. I think yeah, she's a lovely gardener, and yeah, this book is obviously all about creating a haven for birds, bees and butterflies, and it's something which I want to do more of this year, and it's very well laid out. So the chapters are your garden ecosystem, bringing the wildlife, maintaining a wild garden, and then it's got all the little subcategories in there as well. But it's so beautifully illustrated. Let me try and find. It's got the same illustrations all the way through. But it's so beautiful, and it's about taking it back to nature. I mean, look at their pictures. So beautiful. Yeah, just absolutely stunning. Understanding weeds, so I'd like to understand weeds a bit more. And yeah, just about, creating spaces for birds and frogs and bees and what flowers to plant. And there's actually a really good chapter about ponds, which I am going to thoroughly read because I'm going to be creating my pond very soon. So there's ponds do's and don'ts, providing shelter, add safe corridors, plant oxygenators, beautiful illustration of a pond. Yeah, I'm going to read this chapter really well. I'm going to read it all, but I'm going to be making my pond this autumn. I cannot wait. That area to that side of the shed is just a complete and utter mess. And yeah, I said I was going to focus on this the rest of the allotment, and then in the autumn when we can move the rhubarb crowns there, we're going to move them, and then I'm just going to dig that area and just focus on it. And what I might do is make a pond out of one of our old galvanized containers, because I just really like the look of them, and they've been really popular and a lot of people have bought them to make water features out. So I thought I might do a little video about how to create a pond using a container. Obviously make it suitable for the wildlife by adding ramps and stones around the edge so things can get in and out. And yes, just so excited to do that. So there's going to be the pond, and then there's going to be like flowers around it. I need to put up a little bit of a picket fence. Cannot wait. So excited. So that's going to be the big project for this autumn. Also sorting out the bit of the flower border that side, and then sorting out the compost bin, because everything that side, like the vegetable beds wise, are fine. They just need tidying up and weeding. It's the areas along this back bit where the sheds are that really need our attention, because the compost bin area is just a complete mess. So yeah, that's the big jobs this autumn and this winter. So I'm excited to do that, and hopefully Ted can help, and hopefully he doesn't chase away any frogs. Didn't think about that. You can chase away the rats though, Ted. I know Jack Russells are meant to be quite good at getting rats, so that would be good. Although I don't think we've had much problem with the rats. I tell you what did happen with our sweet corn. We picked a few to take on holiday, and they were delicious. So we came back from holiday and we came up the allotment, and and all the sweet corn was gone. It wasn't gone, it was still there, but all the kernels had been stripped off. So yeah, something helped themselves to all our sweet corn. My dad was really, really upset about it because, well, we really like sweet corn, and what we mainly use our sweet corn for is for putting on the barbecue. So yeah, we missed that a lot this year. But we weren't really here. That was a busy 3 weeks. So yeah, wildlife took over. Hopefully they don't help themselves next year. But yeah, I mean, it's doing fine. Things are growing. I've let the dwarf French beans go to seed now. I planted way too many of them, and we've been freezing them and eating them, and I nearly turned into a French bean because we just had them all the time. So I think next year just plant 1 row of them. Actually, this year was only meant to be 1 row, and there's meant to be one row of giant poppies, but the giant poppies didn't come, so I planted another row of dwarf French beans. There are a lot of things that we would do differently, and there's been a lot of failures and a lot of successes, but what we are going to do is we are going to talk about them in there are going to be 4 more videos, sorry. A tour, a job video, a knitting vlog, and then a reflection of the year video, where me and my dad are just going to sit down and talk about all the things we would do differently next year, all the things that were successes, all the things that were failures, things like that. I think it'll be quite helpful for us to go through, and it will also be quite good to share our experiences with you guys as well. So yeah, he's actually gone to sleep on my lap. I think that's probably about it. Yeah, I think that's probably about it. The sun's just starting to come up now. It's been absolutely glorious this week. It's been so beautiful. For the middle of September, it's been lovely. Just wish it was this hot when we were on holiday, not raining and 16 mile per hour winds, but hey ho. It's actually been too hot to come up the allotment to do much work. It's that sort of heat which, just standing there leaves you in a sweaty mess. And obviously just trying to work around Teddy now. Sounds really silly, but I'm just trying to work around him and make sure he's happy. And yeah, but definitely going to come up the allotment this weekend. My parents are actually away in Frome. They're going away, which is quite nice. I'm quite happy for them. Yeah, they're going to Frome, so it's just going to be me and Teddy and my parents' dog Barry the boxer dog. Just going to be us 3 at home. So I'm hoping there's going to be time to come up the allotment, because there's lots to do. I have lots planned. But yeah, hopefully 4 more videos coming your way very, very soon, and the podcasts as well. But I think I'm going to leave the episode there. I hope you really, really enjoyed catching up with me. And yeah, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all safe. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Me and Ted will hopefully see you in the next video very, very soon.